everyone, welcome back. My name is iremm.selenn and I've been recording videos related to astrology on my YouTube channel, and today I'm gonna talk about Islam and astrology. I have to be honest, I am a little bit nervous because it sounds controversial. I know also it is controversial topic to talk about it, and I don't think that I'm the expert or I should be the one. But somehow 2 days ago I was like, why I shouldn't record a video about it, why I shouldn't talk about it, let's try something new. I also kind of a person who love to challenge myself, and yeah, today I decided to talk about Islam and astrology. Let's see how it's gonna end. Before I start, I want to really highlight that the aim of this video is not to disrespect anyone for anything. I just want to share my own true experiences and my own true thoughts about it. And why I decided to record this video, because I've been actually giving one-on-one birth chart reading sessions to people almost 3 years. So I don't like to be titled, but I can say that I'm professional astrologer. It's so hard to say to me to say it in English, and I'm struggling to embody this title. But I'm also a Muslim woman. So when these two things came together, when I describe who I am to people who don't know me, and I always kind of receiving these kind of questions like how these two things can be related to each other, how you are interested in astrology when you describe yourself as a Muslim person. When you use Muslim identity, how can you relate it to astrology? Or is it a haram for all people? Or is it a sign? Like, I've been hearing and receiving these kind of questions, so I thought that maybe it's a good chance for me to talk about it. But as I mentioned before, I'm not the expert. I just want to share what I believe and what I thought about it. Let me drink water. First, when you describe yourself as a Muslim person or who are interested in Islam, if you read the Quran, it's gonna be the first thing that you're gonna know that according to Islam, Allah is the ultimate power, is the only one who creates this kainat that we call universe, and put the human beings on this kainat to be known, to be loved. And according to Islam, Allah is the only one can know tomorrow, can only know when it's gonna be rain, only one that can sure about everything, and he's the only one that allow you to breathe in on this earth, and he's gonna be the only one take your breath when you're ready to meet him. But when it comes to astrology, it's a lot of people say that this is one of the reasons why it's controversial, because a lot of people believe that it's just only fortune telling. So you're telling people their future. So you have a power kind of to help them or allow them, guide them to what's gonna happen in their future life. So in this perspective, when you look at this case in this sense, you can say that if you're Muslim, you shouldn't be related to astrology. But in my personal journey, let me drink my coffee also. I started to discover, to answer these kind of questions, like such as who I am, like what I want in this world, like, or why am I always finding myself the same circle in my life, the circle that makes me feel like really bad, or like the circles that create challenges in my life. And when I start to look this kind of question, astrology came into my life. And I even said that the astrology changed my life in a good way, to discover who I am, to find the answer. Because when I started to take lessons, it was almost more than a year. It took a more than a year to learn astrology in the basic level for me. And my aim in the beginning was like, I want to learn astrology and I want to learn who I am through the astrology. It was the kind of light for me. And it makes sense for me in this, why astrology and Islam should be together, because astrology is help you to discover the state of human being. Like, you can learn through astrology who you are really, and you can learn what kind of purpose in your life you should find, and you should serve the people. Like, what is your, like, in spiritual word, people always use like, what is your shadow, what is your darkness, and you can find it through astrology, and you have a chance to change it. Because at some point when you look at your birth chart, and when you know who you are with like strength and weakness, it gives you power to change it. And in this sense, I believe that this is the controversial part, because in my journey, astrology helped me to find Allah for me. Before that, I wasn't so like, I still can't say that I'm a Muslim person. I don't know what does it mean exactly, but I'm kind of find a way to love Allah through astrology, because it started with like, when you look at the astrology, there is a, what was the call in English? Sirius is a star. And when at the same time, when I start to take an astrology class, I also start to read Quran at the same time. And I find that there is a surah which is called Najm. I hope I'm saying the right way. And I think 53 line 49, it's also mentioned Sirius, it's also mentioned Shira. And it was the first time for me to discover something related to astrology and Islam in the Quran. And I know myself, the Quran is the ultimate book that we should read and try to adopt in our life, even it's so hard. But I know that when you read it, like, it's gonna help your state of your mind, it's gonna help your body, it's gonna help your mind and your dark clouds. And like, I want to share something with you. Like, I think that's why I feel like Islam and astrology related to together. I've been reading a book which is related to Sufism, and it is said that there, human being is an envelope, and the letter in the envelope is the aim of your life. But when you want to send this envelope, the letter, you need the address. And let me read the direct one. Yeah, it says that there's a letter, and this letter needs to be covered, which is envelope, and this envelope means is human, and the address which is written on the envelope is your purpose. And the more important things, why the letter, what is written in the letter, it's more about your life, your strength, your weakness, what you heard through all your life, what is your thought, what is your knowledge. And I believe that astrology can show you all these questions to find your way in your life. And more importantly, why why this can be seen as a haram or sign, a sin, because astrology is a place that manipulate people easily. I always say this. Maybe I mentioned before my previous videos. I don't remember it, but like I always share with my friends. Please don't share your like birthdays, birth chart with someone that you don't know, because it's so easy to manipulate people. And when it comes to astrology, especially if you have a psychic ability, if you don't protect yourself, if you don't cover yourself, if you don't have that stretch to channel with the light, let's say, I call Allah, you can call light, or you can call good energy, whatever you want to say, you can connect with a dark energy as well, and they can guide you. And you just think that, oh, I'm giving this session, my psychic ability is so good or so improved through astrology, but you don't know where this, if you don't know where this energy coming from, they can use you. And I think this is the sign, that's why it's haram. And like for instance, for myself, I always, before I give a session, I really sit, pray, like take a shower, pray, sometimes meditate before I give the session, and I really ask and pray for this. I only open myself the information coming from Allah, the information or the things that I need to share with these people, if it's really halal for that person. Because I think it's gonna be another video that I want to share about like the dark side of the astrology, but I'm just gonna give an example for you that you can manipulate people easily. And yes, you can see if you have this like wisdom, if you learn a lot of stuff, to learn the math of astrology. It's basically a math actually. If you learn the math of astrology, you can know when you're gonna die, possibly. You can know when you're gonna have a like struggle in your life. It shows clearly. I have no doubt about it. But it's more important like how you give this information to people and how you get this information. Because like this world created on duality. There's always gonna be light and there's always gonna be dark side. Whatever you do, you can do you can give a yoga, you can do like family consultation, or you can give like healing session to people. It doesn't matter. It's more important how you protect your energy and how you manage it. Because when you give session people, this is, as I'm highlighting again, this is my experiences. When I give session people, before and after, like especially during the Zoom, we actually both of us opening ourselves to each other, to know, to get our energy, to come together, to share something. And really, before I start the session, before I look the birth chart, I always sit and get permission from the chart. I know it sounds crazy, but I really get a permission. Like, if I need what I need to tell this person, show me. And most of the time, I really focus on one thing, and that's all. Even like during the session, if that person asks me questions that I feel like I shouldn't answer that person, I told them, like, I saw it, but I'm not gonna share with you because you're not ready right now. Let's focus on these things and try to make it better, and then come back if you want and let's talk about that one. I think that's the important part. And in this sense, I can understand why it's about more intention. Like, what is your intention when it comes to astrology? Do you want to help and, to show up the wisdom of this knowledge? Or do you want to feed your ego? That's why it is haram. I believe that. I believe in that sense, because you need to put a good intention. You need to protect yourself. It doesn't matter if I am the one who giving a session or you are the one who receiving the session, both sides. And yeah, for today I think it's enough for me to talk about it. And if you want to receive, or if you want to share your thoughts about in this topic, I would like to really hear it. You can write a comment, or you can send me an email that I will share on the bottom. I'm also giving a one-on-one session, as I mentioned before, so you can reach out to me through my email address. Right now I don't share my Instagram account. So see you later.